is Nathan Barros. Today, I would like to explain to all of you about the feminism stylistic approach of lexical grammatical study through the lyric of Celine Dion songs To Love You More. As we know, feminism stylistic aims to take explicit some of the untenable assumptions underlying conventional stylistic and by not simply adding gender to its list of listening elements to analyze, to take stylistic into new pace. It aims to lead stylistic away from analysis of the language of the text, as if that language were simple there, to an analysis of socioeconomic factors which have allowed that language to appear or which have determined the types of interpretation of the text which are possible. Thus it will be shown that women writing within Western Europe culture may or may not be written in ways different from men's writings. But the important fact remains that it often means differently from men's work, and that there is a range of factors which determine that difference. It's produced under largely different circumstances and marketed or packaged in significantly different ways. I argue explicitly for stylistic to move away from the analysis of literary text to analysis text of literature in the context of others form of writing. For example, advertising, newspaper, report, and so on. Since literature is one of many forms of writing which play a role in the constitution of the subject and the production of the message about what women and men are like in the society, and since they are similar processes at work in other forms of signification, the analysis of similarity within rather than the difference between these processes is more productive. Feminism stylistic also aims to show the gender is foregrounded in text of certain key moment and is usually that within ways which can be predicted. These moments often appear to be common sense, but foregrounding them enables us to read them differently. In this way, the text or songs or books differential usage of terms for men and women, sexism, and so on. But it will also analyze those elements which not do at first sight seem to have anything to do with gender, for example, metaphor, narrative, vocalization. The set of social-linguistic relations with which it will be concerned will be those based on the gender and acknowledgement of differences within the terms women and men is one of the key aspects of the analysis. Gender is a term which has a number of theoretical problems, most notably in Kant run the race of effacing political age, because it assumes that men and women are different and that difference is the same for both groups. Thus the way that women are posed by patriarchal system is not considered or is considered only in relation to the way that men are oppressed by the same of a system. However, the gender is a useful term since it foregrounds the fact that the man and woman and femininity and masculinity are produced as different, even though they are elements which women and men share. It also foregrounds the fact that the grouping women makes sense only in relation to and in contradictions from the grouping men. Thus, the using of term gender to mean different between women and men in a relation and not a optional way. It will be concerned with specificity here with the specific variable which are work within gender, most notably race and class. In this occasion, I would like to analyze the lexical grammatical of the songs of Celine Dion, which entitled To Love You More. Song is a poem that pronounced according to a certain tune, rhythm, time, and melody to form harmony. The song is often also referred to as a song, which means to composition of tune or sound art in the sequence, combinations, and temporal relationship, or usually accompanied by musical instrument to produce musical composition that have perfection using rhythm. The feature of the songs such as lyrics are written in the first, second, or third person given on the specific perspective. Ri- rhyming words Rhyming words. A rhyme is a linguistic style based on the consonants or similar sounds of two or more syllables or whole words at the end of one line. Rhymes are most commonly used in poetry and songs. Alliteration. It is a stylistic device in which a number of words having the same for consonant sound occur close together in a series. Poetic device, such as figure of speech and imagery. Description language that appear to one or more of the sense, sight, hearing, touch, smell, and taste. For example, her blue eyes were as bright as the sun, blue as the sky, but soft as silk. A figure of speech is a word or phrase that has a meaning something different than its literal meaning. Some songs using amuse, sing wordplay, and slang language. A wordplay is manipulation of language, in particular the sounds and meaning of words. Slang is the kind of the language consisting of very informal words and phrases. Here are the part of lyric Celine Dion song "To Love You More." Based on the analysis above, we can see some of lexical grammatical that are found here, such as word and phrase. For example, take me back in the arm, touch me once again, break my heart, etc. And the second one is close. For example, she won't love, she walks away, see me is if you never knew, etc. And the last one is the stylistic unit, such as I was standing here still, I can give you, you will see, I can give you, etc. As a conclusion, feminist stylistic is a branch of stylistic which aims to account for the way in which gender concerns are linguistically encoded in text, songs, poems, etc., and which attempts to do so by employing some of the frameworks and models pertaining in the stylistics. However, the phrase gender concern can encompass a plurality of meaning which has given rise to the multifaceted perspective from which the notion of gender has been approached. One of those perspectives is offered by feminist stylistic analysis, which along with the other approaches of the study of language and gender on the one hand and feminism on the other, conceive of gender in a rather fluid and adaptable way. Feminism stylistic contribution to the study of gender has traditionally illustrated how the interface of gender issue and language materializes in literary text, but such a focus should not be understood as exclusive. Thank you.